So close. But unfortunately for us, when you're playing the unstoppable Green Bay Packers, close just isn't gonna cut it. Welcome to A Fan Divided. I'm Holly Mandillo. I don't like to use the word unstoppable because, as we know, there's no such thing. But the Green Bay Packers are the closest to it that I have ever seen. I think they're better than the almost undefeated Patriots. They're younger, they have a better defense, and they're having more fun. Playing for Bill Belichick doesn't seem like a lot of fun to me. Sure, winning is fun, but there's gotta be a lot of stress, a lot of pressure on those players. The Packers, on the other hand, just let things roll off them. They drop a pass, make a bad throw, and they say, oh well, we'll get it next time. And then they do. The Giants, and us fans, have to let this loss roll off of us too. It was a tough loss. It was a critical game, but here are the positives that we can take away. First, the defense showed up. They played with intensity. They made some big plays, some of which were negated by stupid penalties, but they were in the game. They cared. They also rushed three a lot, which I have to admit worked once or twice. But not at the end. Not when the game was on the line. If you give Aaron Rodgers all the time in the world, he will complete the pass. It's so simple, and yet it escapes our coaches. But back to the positives. Secondly, the offense played well. They didn't have big drops, they made some big plays, they didn't run out of bounds, they found ways to score, like on Travis Beckham's touchdown run. Eli didn't have the sharpest of games, but at the end, when he needed to drive downfield, score a touchdown, and make a 2-point conversion, that's what he did. The offense scored 35 points, and we really can't ask much more of them than that. That's what we were all saying at the end of the game, and actually it's exactly what we said at the end of the Patriots game in 2007. Of course, the Giants and the Packers can't meet in the Super Bowl. Nevertheless, I wouldn't want to be the still undefeated Green Bay Packers if we happen to meet again in the playoffs for what would be the rematch of rematches at Lambeau, where it will most likely be 7 below. I'm just saying, stranger things have happened. So we need to stay positive, win one game at a time. Much like the '04 Red Sox, I think this Giants team will play their best with their backs against the wall. They'll have to. It's not exactly lose and go home yet. But if we can't win this Sunday, if we can't beat Tony Romo and the Cowboys, let's face it, the season is pretty much over. And it will be yet another disappointing season for the Giants, where we're all left saying, ugh, this team was so close. But that's not gonna happen. Packers, we'll see you in the playoffs. And I will see you next week. But before I go, if you haven't had a chance yet to take a look at my post on Tom Martinez, legendary quarterback coach, please do. Tom is in dire need of a kidney transplant, and the more people who know his story, the higher the likelihood that he will find a donor who will save his life. So check it out and pass it on. And until next time, I'm Holly Mandillo, and I am A Fan Divided.